Hi, hello, hi, hello. How are you doing today? Hopefully you are doing well. Today I'm going to do some tracing and like semi-audible whispering for sleep. So this should be a pretty dozy video. Oh my god, it's like my name. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. So first I'm going to start with Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. I'm going to start with just my fingernail and then I'm going to move on into this knitting hook because I've learned that it is very difficult to trace words backwards. So we're just going to start normal. We have the R. That was the worst R time in my entire life. We're gonna start over again. We've got R, O, F, O, N, D, J, U, L, I, E, D. I'm honestly kind of surprised how similar this is to my regular handwriting. Because my regular handwriting is kind of garbage, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. Do you say Juliet or Juliet? Because I kind of ping pong or yo-yo between them. Okay, so my next item is kind of a fun one. It is a photogram, which I think I explained what this was in my like rambling video, but it's like a cameraless photo that you take in the dark room. You have your light sensitive paper, and then you have objects on top. So when the light comes down, it hits the paper, and then the paper gets all of the light except for what the objects are. So you essentially make a negative, and that's your photo, and it's really cool. And I have this. If you're worried about me scratching it, I don't care if it gets scratched. So, okay. I'm just going to, sorry about like the glare, I'm going to try to angle it away, but I'm just going to kind of ramble semi-audibly while I trace this. of these lower corner doesn't really have very much, but this one right here can so this together cohesive. I think that does. Okay, so next I actually have my tarot cards, which in my first video, several people actually wanted me to do a full-length video with them. I still plan on doing that. However, I want that video to include like explanations of each card and stuff like that. So I'm like pre-planning the video because I want to do like specific cards and things like that because I think that's more interesting. But I figured I could still do some card tracing, and also, in all fairness, I haven't studied my tarot cards in like a year, so I don't want to be spouting lies. But I figured I could bring these back for my tracing video for now. So actually, this first one is for the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups. And then these wings they pressed up. She's got this one is pointed. She's got this beautiful white dress, and she's surrounded by yellow lilies. Yellow lilies, by yellow lilies. Because that's the golden art Nolfiel tarot. And she's dipping her toes into this tulip. She's dipping her toes into the stream. There's this path from these two peaks, And then you've got these as well. But the sun kind of spreads. Can I complain for like 2 seconds? Has anybody else noticed that whenever you go to buy black lipstick or black liquid lipsticks, they always have the strangest formula? I've never had this issue with literally any other color, but I swear, like every time I go to get a black lipstick, it either doesn't work, or it's like sticky, or slimy, or crumbly. And this one looks really pretty. It is supposed to be matte, which, no it's not. But on top of that, it also like, can you see the little crumbly bits when I stick out my tongue? I don't know. But I've noticed this problem where every single time I buy a black lipstick, it like, I don't know. And I don't have this issue with red. I don't have this issue with purple. I don't even have this issue with blue. Why? Why black lipstick? Are you always so terrible? There has to be a solution. And that solution better not include putting eyeshadow into my lipstick. But on this side, it's the same woman. So she's got her thing, she's got a crown of flowers on her head. She's got puffy sleeves, again with a white dress. Curls down by her feet. There's a much bigger circlet of flowers and a lion right there. Now we're gonna sprint by the lion's mouth. And then we've got the lion. And then we've got a lion's back leg. And there's the mountains and the trees in the background. From this chunk, let's pick this card right there. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Sorry, I keep tilting it towards myself so I can see. And I'm kind of robbing you of the experience. So, let's start over. So, we've got the 10, the 10, the 10 of cups. The 10 of cups. Okay, got the 10 of cups. Yes, so each cups, we got the 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5, we got 6, we got 7, we got 8, we got 9, we got 10. 10 cups, 10 cups, 10 cups. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really difficult to see from this angle because it's reflective. But we've got some trees right there, and then yeah, so these are hills, and some land. There's a man and a woman and 2 children. So this is kind of basic. A little bit of his arm is going around, but the other is kind of reaching up. His tunic on. His boots go. So this woman right here, she's wearing a white dress, although it almost appears blue. And she has a red. Okay, let's take this one. She's gonna be kind of pulling towards her feet right there. And then there are 2 children. This kind of this girl right here with her hair. It is in two braids there, and her hands is right there. The dress is kind of swooping around just like that. And this is what all of the back of the cards looks like. It has the sun, the moon, and we've got these 2 trees up and down, and it has this red border. Okay. The next thing I have is this phone case. So this phone case I actually won in an exchange, I should say. Which, if you ever need a reminder that you have free will, you can own something that somebody else wants, and they can own something that you want, and you can just like exchange those 2 things. It's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful phone case, and it's textured. It has these little ridges on it. But on the phone case itself, it is covered in flowers and butterflies and leaves and these sorts of things. So I figured I could trace some of the flowers and the butterflies and this one just kind of has like the wings with the light. These all of those little leaves. We've got these blue flowers. They're a little bit pointier. They're a little bit more sharp right there. As you can see, it's got a point. Kind of swoop down. And then we've got all these little. And then we've got all of these little vines, just like that. It's very pretty. Okay, my next item is, now this one may be difficult to explain, but I have this cube. So, just got like these standard little boxy shapes on the outside, but on the inside, there are so many different images. It's actually supposed to be a puzzle where you get all of these different shapes by folding it in different ways. When I came into possession of this cube, I was unaware of the shapes and was just trying to find the pictures, which led to me discovering every single one of the shapes on accident. And so now I'm like a master of this cube. But I find playing with it to be very relaxing and soothing. So my very first shape for you is a star. And we've got all of these little flamingos right there with their pink beaks. And so each of these little sides is a flamingo, but on this side, every one of the little triangles is a crocodile. It's a crocodile. It has 6 points. It is a 6-pointed star. It is a 6-pointed star. Okay. Now let's fold in this way. Let's fold it in this way. And then we shall get a savannah. Okay, there we go. This piece goes right here. This falls right there, and then this piece goes right here. Just like that. Okay. So then you get this shape. I don't know what I would call this shape, but right here we have all of these different animals. We have this hawk, these trees in the background. We've got a rhinoceros, and an elephant. They've got a tree. There's 2 elephants. There's a baby elephant. There is a mama elephant. Okay, and then here we have a giraffe. You guys seen those things? Giraffes are terrifying. I think all animals are equally horrifying, in, I think, a really pretty way. I think every animal can look prehistoric if you want to think that way. I've got a zebra. Like, imagine seeing this in, like, I don't know, something depicting, like, this could belong anywhere in time. Little stripes. Anyway, in my pursuit to find all of the images, here we've got another lion. Got the little face and the mane. He's in these tall grasses. He's got his back, his 2 eyes. So we've got another lion. And we've got ourselves a cheetah. Most cheetahs have severe anxiety. They're also severely inbred and have experienced multiple near extinctions throughout the history of their species. I love them dearly, and their history is very sad. A lot of them have emotional support dogs. It's really cute. Here we have a meerkat. We've got a meerkat, but only his head. We only have his head. That's okay. He's very cute. He looks like he wants to go find his mom because he's, like, overwhelmed, or that he's just kind of chilling. Let's crack this thing back open again. Come on. There's a seam. Now, let's make a cube once more. just a moment. We have this triangle first. And in the triangle we have these animals right there. Yes, yes, yes. We are making progress. The puzzle shall be solved very, very soon. Yes. Okay. Just a few more pieces need to go into their places, and we have our cube. Please ignore the sounds of a Zoom call in the background. This is the most impressive thing I can do, and it is for children. Okay. Next, I have this. I found it in I think in a Goodwill. It has all of these little the petals right there. Folding in right there. Little petals. It's just got all of these petals. You're never gonna see my face in this video, are you? Because I can't do both. I mean, I can maybe try with this one, but we've got all of these little petals right here. Just swooping, swooping. Oh, there's some of the paint right there. You can hear it. Yeah. It's got all of these gorgeous petals. Just kind of swooping, swooping, swooping out, just like that. With some center petals folding in, folding in. I don't know what flower this is supposed to be. Little square canvas. What does puzzle me is I can see paint. I can feel paint. But it seems to be very clearly printed, so I don't know. I am conflicted, but I got this at Goodwill. Okay, my next item is a book about, actually, I think, yeah, let's do this. I have this book about wildflowers on the western region of the United States. I remember one time I brought this to a teacher of mine because she did like plant stuff, and I was like, look, I have this book about wildflowers. She was like, you know what we call wildflowers? And I was like, what? And she was like, weeds. And I was like, no. And she was like, because they're bad. And I was like, because they're thriving? Okay. She didn't say it like that, but she was like, because they make it harder for the flowers in your garden to grow. And I was like, that's because you're planting non-native flowers. But I got this book because I like wildflowers and I think they're interesting to learn about. This version has all photos rather than drawings, which I think is pretty cool. I think the drawings are very, very beautiful, but sometimes when it comes to like whether or not you should eat it, maybe a photo is best. But we have all of these different flowers. Some of them are very weird looking, and I'm kind of here for it. This is called pine drops. Pine drops. This is very difficult to actually show you. This is called pine drops. Pine drops. Pine drops. All these little drops, just like that. The stem, the stem, the stem, the stem, the stem. It is organized by color, which I do think is very interesting. So we have Western Falls Asphodel right here in the white section. So you see all of the little flowers. It's kind of like that. They're very, very small. They're very, very small flowers. But it has all of these different ways of organizing the plant shapes as well, the flowers. So I can't read. This is radially symmetric. Poppy, phlox, daisy, desert dandelion, pea, dayflower, violet, purple loosestrife, larkspur, goldenrod, milkweed, wild carrot, field mint, bittersweet berries, western redbud, and the buffalo burr. So this has like these are the radial symmetric. But as they go down, it like changes the type. It kind of gives you little examples. This book is very difficult to trace, but if you would like me to actually like do a video where I go through and I like read from it, that would be very fun. It just kind of has information right here, so. And then it tells you where you can go find it, and then you go find it on this side, which has all of the information on it. It's nothing too in-depth, but next I have Chainsaw Man 1 for tracing. I will warn you, I have not read it yet, so I may be really bad at describing this, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. He's got his little belt. I don't know why I'm being so like endearing, like his little belt. His knee is kind of popping out like that. The long around his little shoulder going on right there. One round that down. He's got some sneakers on. I'm just gonna bring that back up again. Bring that back up again. First, let's do some tracing of the lines of the sneakers. His leg goes down and then down and then. He's got these little like I don't know what these are. Haven't read it yet, but looks like little bug guys, perhaps. I don't know. And then we have the number 1 to signify this, because the first in the series. Next, I have the infamous Sonic the Hedgehog blush. I figured I could do some feature tracing. He's got some very, very big eyes and some very large pupils. Very large pupils. I will say the color of his skin shirt is a little bit darker than I'm used to. Like he's like pink. Not quite. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like he bought the wrong foundation shade, but that's whatever. That's neither here nor there. He's got his little gloves on, but I think he's giving a thumbs up. He's got these little arms. These little arms. He's got a round tummy. And he's wearing some shoes on his feet. He's gloves and shoes kind of a guy, I see. I've noticed that there are some tropes in children's media where there's a certain amount of clothes that some people wear, like shirt no pants, pants no shirt, just an accessory. He has two accessories. He has his shoes and his gloves. So shoes, gloves. He's a shoes and a gloves guy. He's got a very distinct upturned nose. And a grin on precisely one side of his face to be menacing. And then these are typically on the back of his head, but they are depicted as coming off of the side of his head. And not the other side. So it's just, he's meant to be viewed like this, I suppose. Got the eyes. Got the cheeks, the apple of the cheeks. His chin, and his mouth, and his ears, and his shoes, and his red shoes with the yellow buckle and the white stripe. That is all that I have today. If you want to see more of this, or more of a specific thing in this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you give it a like, no pressure. And I hope that you have a nice rest of your evening,